Hi everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene and I am with A Room to Bloom. I want to welcome you in if you are a first time viewer to my channel, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you for stopping in again. So if you are a viewer who tunes into my channel often, you'll know that I stepped back from making videos or releasing anything for mostly the past couple weeks. Just kind of have been going through some things, but at the same time, literally going through some things, right? So, excuse me, the idea of clearing out, shedding, releasing, letting go, gifting, moving things on. Um, because it is fall season where I live, and it just felt resonant with me at this time, like fresh start, very much. And so I'm getting there. I'm through a lot, but I have a couple other things that I'd like to kind of work through. And so, the question that I would ask you is, what in the fall season have you been, like, has your mind shifted and said, I'm ready to let this go, right? To fall away. Because the new doesn't bloom in if the old leaves are stuck to the tree, right? So they fall away. And then there's this period of wintering. And it is in the wintering where we do a review of our life, where we're at, what's going on, what is working with us, what is in alignment with our soul, and what is no longer in alignment. And it's not about living so far out in the future, but we sit with ourselves and we reflect, right? So great words for having this pool of water here, right? We reflect on our journey thus far. So I would like to, I just realized something. I didn't realize this, but there are a few cards here. I'm going to use a deck here called The Power of Now. We're going to start out with this by Eckhart Tolle. Let's see what comes up to help you on your journey today. So, what message do you have for the collective? Okay, so we have the power of being present is on the front of the card. It says, stay present and continue to observe what is happening inside of you. So in the wintering, we definitely have this great opportunity for that, where we're not always, especially if it is correlated with weather, right? Where we might be indoors a little bit more, where we might not be as distracted all the time, right? But we might have wintering seasons of our soul's journey that that might align with spring and summer, right? So it just varies. The spiritual journey does not necessarily align with the earth's seasons. So again, stay present and continue to observe what is happening inside of you. Become aware not only of the emotional pain, but also of the one who observes, the silent watcher. This is the power of now, the power of your own conscious presence. Then see what happens. So becoming an observer of what is going on in our experience, right? So it's about self-awareness. We become aware of what we're saying, what we're doing, what action steps we're taking. We become aware of it, and we're watching that. We're observing those action steps, those thoughts, those words, all created by ourself, right? Okay, what else do we have? Rising above thought. It says, are you worried? Do you have what if thoughts? Are you identified with your mind, which is projecting itself into an imaginary future situation and creating fear? There is no way that you can cope with such a situation because it doesn't exist. It is a mental phantom. Think of the words grasping at straws, right? Um, the what ifs, it's like, oh, what if this? What if that? What if you're creating all these scenarios that aren't there? What is happening is where you are right now, right? The power of now. So rising above our thoughts, when we feel anxious, that is because we are worried about the future. And when we feel shame, regret, sadness, that type of thing, it's because we're thinking about the past. So when we're right here, right now, we just simply are, right? Okay, so here's the next card we have. It says the power of now. Is there something that you should be doing but are not doing? Get up and do it now. Alternatively, completely accept your inactivity, laziness, or passivity at this moment, if that is your choice, right? So we can live with the shoulds, need tos, better get dones, and then what are we living in then? Sometimes it's fear. What if I don't get this done? What if um, again, what if I don't get this done? Or if you just simply say, you know what, the world, that everything will work with me when I step into rest for a while, right? When I step into rest, you're recharging. And then when you're moving forward, you are more productive in what it is that you are doing. So this is important to listen to your body, right? Okay, the next one that we have is rising above thought again. It says, instead of watching the thinker, you can also create the gap in the mind stream simply by directing the focus of your attention onto the now, right? Just become intensely conscious of the present moment. So how do we do that? We stop where we're at and we become really aware of our senses in this moment. We use our sight and we say, what is here now, right? Right here. I have a pen, okay? What is here now? I have a cup of water, right? Um, what else is here now? Inspirational messages all around, right? Um, Catching yourself anytime you find yourself thinking about something that's out there. It doesn't mean that you can't ever plan anything, but it's about being present in the planning, right? So what that means is, let's say you're going to have a party and you're going to write out invitations. Be present in the writing of the invitations. Feel the pen in your hand, the paper. Be very there while you're doing that step, and then it'll be like the next step, and then the next step. Excuse me, I have to pause for a moment. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So let's go ahead and take one more card and see what else wants to come up here. Okay, we have again rising above thought. So when you listen to a thought, you are aware not only of the thought, but also of yourself as the witness of the thought. A new dimension of consciousness has come in. So this is about being aware of your thoughts. Couple levels there, right? When you listen to a thought. I can't remember what the number is, but we have many, 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 many thoughts in a day, right? And imagine if they were spoken out loud. Um, how, if you looked at them on paper, how many thoughts you had in that day, it would be overwhelming. But they come in, they come in so quickly, right? And sometimes they're gone just like that, but some of them stay with you thinking about it, right? So that's why, worry is something to just let go of. Being Instead of being identified with the mind. Okay. We're going to go to a deck I created some time ago. I've had it put away. I just got it out today. I haven't looked at it again. But I thought, let's just go ahead and see what wants to come up here. What messages are ready to step forth here to help you on your journey. It's kind of a big deck. It's awkward to hold up here. Okay, so we have one here. It says, change course, don't chicken out. And so this falls under the one, stay present and to observe what is happening inside of you, right? So this could have something to do with like meditation, quieting the mind, getting away from busyness, right? Practicing being present. Okay, what else do we have here? We have, it says, are you worried? Do you have any what if thoughts? Are you identified with your mind, which is projecting itself into an imaginary future situation and creating fear? Now, this is really interesting because we have an eagle here. It says, eagle watching her, better protection. So it's like you're being watched over, even though you may have had something going on. If you've been having worrisome thoughts, this is to help you kind of find balance to be here in the present moment now. I have three that, well, I'm just going to take the one. There was a couple here, that separated from them. I'm just going to take the one that fell separate. And this is interesting. It says the chill factor. So it says, it falls under the card, is there something that you should be doing, but you are not doing, right? So get up and do it now. But it says alternatively, you could accept your inactivity, right? The chill factor, your laziness or passivity at this moment, right? So the words that are coming to me also is the rest, but do not quit. If it's your choice, right? So everything is what it is. And so you may be in that space where it's like, right now I'm going to chill, because maybe you're recognizing that you have had anxiety. You've been in your thoughts. And it is in that chill factor mode where you can really learn to be in the present, where it's like, when I get into this zone, if you will, I'm not worried about out there. I'm not worried about yesterday and however many years back. I'm simply here right now. Okay? And then we're going to go ahead and take another one. Let's see what else comes up. This is interesting. It falls under the card of, instead of watching the thinker, you can also create a gap in the mind stream simply by directing the focus of your attention onto the now, right? It says, take a stand for her. That could mean like watching the thinker is like watching yourself. So maybe you're watching yourself not doing something about a situation, and this is the encouragement to say, take a stand for her, or for, it could be your divine feminine, right? We all have masculine and feminine energies that we embody, but so instead of just being in your mind all the time, you might step more into your heart space, right? The nurturing side of things. Okay, I'll shuffle this last one here. Nope. Okay, what do we have here? All right, when you listen to a thought, you're aware not only of the thought, but also of yourself as the witness of the thought. So here we have check, we have a nurse, we have check, and we have heart monitor. So one of the things that I always see when I look at the word heart is one we have here in there, and we also have ear, right? So the word ear is in the word here. So I also see he hears or listens, art, monitor. Okay. Um, all right, we're gonna take. I'm just being guided. I'm just splitting the deck. It's sitting over here on the side. Let's see. Yeah, this is funny. We have a stress less. Um, so it's like, don't be so worried all the time about always about the calories. You know, it's okay to indulge sometimes, right? So a little less stress, which is, I find interesting that it would fall after this heart monitor card, right? So just a little less stress and choosing to live life. On the bottom of this deck, we have kindness has no limits, okay? And we have the infinity symbol. Kindness has no limits. So a very lovely message. I have goosebumps actually. I'm going to go a little further here, and I'm going to use a deck called the Guardian Angel Tarot deck and see what comes up with these other messages here, especially like this change course. Don't chicken out. Okay, what messages do you have about this? And staying present. What message do you have here about this? What is happening inside of you? Six of thought. So this is about moving away from a challenging situation to calmer waters, if you will. So change course, which is interesting. Don't chicken out. This would be exactly what this is. So we have a boat setting out in a different direction. So what it says is peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed. And now you can see the destination is within sight, right? The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country, right? So if that's something you're doing, you're being encouraged to go ahead and with, that plan. Don't chicken out and be present in your journey, right? Okay, what else do we have here under eagle watching? Eagle watching, her better protection. We have the Six of Actions. This is a card of victory. What a wonderful experience for you. Your project is a total success, bringing awards, promotions, or other recognition for your efforts. Well done. If someone who can help you offers assistance, know that this person is heaven sent and say yes. And I find that interesting because we have this eagle watching her, better protection, right? Okay. I'm going to go ahead to the next one under chill factor. What would you like to tell us about this? Okay, the Nine of Thought, which is so interesting, right? Because it falls under this card of, is there something I should be doing? The Nine of Thought cards it's considered the dark night of the soul card, where somebody's just really in their thoughts. It says stop being so hard on yourself. So this thing about the should, need to, better get done kind of thing. And turn your thoughts towards the positive. There's no need to worry. Anticipating the worst isn't helpful. Know that heaven will provide a solution. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or anxiety over a challenge in your life, release the problem to your angels, right? We have 5 white roses there. So just releasing that helps. Like it's that idea of giving it to God. I'm just going to chill out and trust that this is going to work out, because anxiety is not getting you anywhere, right? Okay, under the take a stand for her, what would you like to tell us about this card? We have the Nine of Actions. This is the Nine of Wands card. This is a wounded warrior card, someone who's been through a lot. You've worked hard to create the things that you cherish in your life, such as beloved relationships, amazing accomplishments, and hearth and home. Rest assured that all of these treasures and you are being constantly protected by your angels. In return, Mother Earth, the animals, and the environment need your protection. You know, this is so interesting. Oh, I have goosebumps. Take a stand for her. Mother Earth is also known as Gaia, right? Take a stand for her. For the animals as well. Okay. What do we have here under check heart, the heart monitor, and a nurse here? We have the 10 of emotion. This is a very happy card. This is a happy family situation. It is the 10 of cups card. I'm going to show you. We have a family that is getting into a carriage, and they're all just together. Oh, sorry, let's do this again. They're simply all together. It says life is blessing you with a wonderful and loving family. Great happiness and emotional fulfillment are now on the horizon. Harmony with those you love is assured. By offering forgiveness, understanding, and kindness to others, you're rewarded with unconditional love. A very beautiful message. Um, I find it interesting too, because it falls under the key words here where when you listen, right? So being encouraged to listen in a situation, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have the helper of thought. This is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is someone who comes rushing in, because they move quickly. They may have something to say, and it could feel sharp, right? But it says your life is about to start moving very fast. Events that seemed to be on hold suddenly require all of your attention. There's no time to sit and ponder. You've got to get moving. Review the details as best you can. You know we'll meet or are someone with a very quick mind who instantly grasps what to do. This person is both confident and courageous, right? So that is what is coming up in the subconscious mind, right? Under that, we have intuition and insight. Your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now, so you can trust your guidance to lead you in the right direction. Follow your own insight over the advice of others, and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way, right? Let the fear and worry go. Stay in the present moment. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself for now. Here's that card. And then one more, we have the healer of emotion. This is the Queen of Cups, okay? Someone who is very nurturing and loving, right? This is a time to follow your heart, to feel the fullness of your emotions. The cups hold water. Um, Water has to do with our emotions. You may feel so compelled to nurture others that you forget to care for yourself. Flashes of intuition provide you with incredible insights. You or another person is kind, tender-hearted, loving, and a trustworthy friend. Again, so this is what we have here. Trust your own insight, take care of yourself, and your life is going to start moving quickly. But I really love that it falls on this card again. Kindness has no limits, right? So lovely message there. And then I'm going to wrap this reading up with a card from a deck uh, called, it's the Essential Oils um, card deck, but the messages are incredible on here, you know, in how they always kind of bring everything together, if you will. So let's see what message you have here for the collective. What essential oil is ready to step out here? We have Roman chamomile. Okay, so here's the card. Roman chamomile. The healing soul of the chamomile plant is inviting you to end the conflict within you that no doubt also you see in the world mirrored around you. Every disagreement, however small, and all unrest in the outside world is a sign from the cosmos to focus on your innermost essence. This is where you will find peace and all that you need for mental stability. Remember, the first words of this whole reading were continue to observe what is happening inside of you. Okay? Chamomile is a great comforter, the mighty defender of the peace that is within you. Think of when people drink chamomile tea. It's very calming. So, overcoming crisis. It says, I find the answer within myself as I am the world and the world is me. Okay, the effects of chamomile. It says, when everything looks in danger of descending into chaos, Roman chamomile helps you to relax. The soul of this plant ensures that you have solid ground beneath your feet, and it helps to resolve crisis situations, even on a mental level. It is like chamomile tea for the soul. The top tip here is chamomile oil has a calming effect on mental trauma or fear, and it will help you to process what you have experienced. Apply a little bit of the oil to your solar plexus. That would be above your belly button, below your heart and above your belly button. And place your hand on this area while taking several breaths until you feel a sense of peace. The aspects of it are counteracting crisis and trauma, calming, soothing aggression and fears, mental stability, protection, appreciation of personal worth. It works with the solar plexus chakra, which is represented by yellow, which is our power center, right? So if we have given our power away or taken, or someone has tried to take our power away, this type of thing, we will be left feeling like we have an underactive sacral chakra. If we are doing that to someone else, then we are having an overactive solar plexus chakra. So the goal here is to uh, move into allowing and let everyone have their journey. It's learning how to hold your own without fighting, if you will, right? Holding your space, understanding that you deserve to be here, but you don't have to get into a fight about it. And it's also self-recognizing if you're doing that to someone else, right? To bring this into balance, okay? So again, it's called a Roman chamomile. And I think that goes really, really well with this reading, especially again because it brought up protection and we had this eagle watching her, better protection, right? We had the Nine of Swords, somebody in their thoughts having a tough time, and this helps trauma, whatever has been going on. The Nine of Action cards is the Wounded Warrior card, right? And that through all of this, there's still a happy family. And again, stress less, right? Just, saying, I'm not going to keep worrying this. And anytime you're giving energy to events or situations that have already happened, what happens is you're giving it life and you're making it bigger and bigger and bigger rather than being here, right? And so it's becoming self-aware to say, yeah, I've been living there and blowing, when people say blowing something out of proportion, every time you breathe life into something, you're making it bigger. So when you become self-aware, right? And when you become self-aware of what you're doing and you say, I'm not going to give that situation energy anymore, I'm going to pivot and I'm going to lean into what brings me joy right now in this moment, what raises my vibration, what lights me up, what makes me feel better, right? Than that stuff, right? So one step at a time. I think I'm going to wrap this up with a message here that I have. It's a card. It says, you are the God who sees me. Genesis 16:13. You are the God who sees me. So I think that just goes really hand in hand with this. Anyway, that is the message for today. I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.